All right, guys, time for me to do my touches and some cleanup and some etc. But looky here now. She got cut and extended. Four inches all around. We got us a new base plate. Since it was stretched, we had to re-gusset it, attach it to the steering stem. So we already got the pipe made. Pretty boogery, right? Well, what are you gonna do? That's a big bad bitch. She gonna get a good old polishing, and I mean, it's gonna be wicked. Gotta cut this tab out. We gotta make us a radiator mount, a gas tank mount, and a new seat mount. I'm curious how the seat will fit now that it's been stretched. I wonder if I could get away with just putting another front piece on it. Yep, see? That won't be no big deal. So we still got a seat. You got to reach for them bars, but that's okay. It's gonna be a hold on for your life situation. What do you guys think? I think she'll do. I think she's gonna hold. Jack shaft mount for me. I'm able to move everything over. I'm updating the size of the shaft and the bearings tomorrow, so we can start getting the back wheel and everything figured out. I'm actually gonna have to put the back wheel on this to get everything figured out anyway, so that's probably what I'm gonna do, as well as the front here in a minute. So all I'm gonna do today, pretty much, I'm gonna get a few of these taken out, these little things here and there. That's how you be precise, guys. Do you know what I'm saying? Ready? Hot! No, I didn't touch it. I knew it was gonna be hot. What you think of the progress so far? Get this bitch cleaned up a little bit. Got some of your Awesemo on it. See how it works. I bet she get pretty shiny. 68 trail. Might even start up. Let me see if this piece of shit will even start. No, it won't. As if I didn't know. Come on, boys. Cleaning up this pipe. Cleaned up those bugger welds a little bit. So I'm probably gonna have to adjust that frame rail a little bit. I may end up gapping her out, but either way, she's going in. There ain't no fucking doubt about it. Custom pipe. Not the best welds, but she's gonna hold up, guys. So I've got this jack shaft I'm gonna mount. I'm getting new bearings and trying to get a larger shaft tomorrow. Custom mount plate. Looks like with the shifter on the other side, the sprocket may not like that. This is likely to have to be lifted up, but that's not a big deal. So I can put it on some rails, jack it up real easily, even weld them in if I got to. Wire everything back up. This wiring harness is kind of shitty. I got it and it was a little butchered up. So I'm gonna fix that wiring harness. Well, unfortunately, guys, this is all the time I have for tonight. I got the back wheel in here. I got the brake on it. I'm gonna see exactly how to line up that front sprocket. Once I get that done, which this looks like it's off a bit because it is, but this all has to get trued up first in the rear. Then we will get this sumbitch set in stone tomorrow once I press the new bearings into it and hopefully find an upgraded shaft. What's up, guys? Might not even recognize me because it's bright and early in the morning now. I've been up, I've been going, you know me. So pretty much I'm taking this jack shaft down here. We welded up on the new plate and gonna get a new set of bearings for it. Literally not gonna hold up. That motor will break it. I'm gonna go to a place, I know a lot of y'all probably ordered from there because you're mini bike guys, you're go-kart guys, but I don't know if you've ever been there. There's actually a Go Power Sports in Fort Worth, Keller area. So I'm gonna run over there. It's Tuesday morning. Y'all can roll with me. I'm gonna run over here. I also gotta hit the Harbor Freights. You know how that is. You know how it is, having to hit the Harbor Freights. It's mini bike stuff, guys. Mini bike stuff, pretty much. You got the Harbor Freights, you got the Go Power Sports. I gotta hit them both in one day. Hell, might jump on the marketplaces and try and find a mini bike on the way home. It's almost mowing season and I might need to cut some grass, so I could really use another mini bike just in case I need to, you know, get around the edges quick, or, you know, get in there and mow some grass. So I could always use another 6.5 horsepower or something or other. There it is, boys. Man.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll put a note on the order. Yeah, what's your order?
Like all these mods, man. They know how to sell their aftermarket parts for sure. Now I come to get some bearings. Tillot's and everybody wants. Hey guys, look, I'm gonna need your help. When the wife asks, you tell her 400's a good deal for a new Moto Vox 212 with the torque converter. Because I wasn't supposed to buy a bike. I was supposed to go get daggum bearings, and that was it. I'm actually supposed to be getting breakfast for her. But anyhow, so you guys back me up. You tell her it's a hell of a deal, and we're gonna tell her it was for her. A lot of y'all might think I'm full of shit, but I'm not a fabricator, boys. So I just picked this bubby up. And we're gonna see if it can give you a cheap little review of it. And we'll see if it can actually bend some metal. I ran out to Go Power Sports. They hooked me up with new bearings for this carrier. And they got me this sprocket. And what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a factory 520 sprocket like this one, weld it to that sumbitch. And put it right on. And that's how we're gonna get the 520 side lined up, you know, and spinning over there. Looking for a razor blade. So you guys be sure and like and subscribe. And check out the builds. And like I said, I'm not a master, you know, woodsmith or nothing, or no. I mean, I've got a welder and I can weld, and I do it kind of crude, and I've got a chop saw and I've got a grinder, and I can fucking make a bracket. But this may just make my life easier. So I'm gonna get it unpacked, set up. We're gonna bend some metal, boys. We're gonna bend some metal with some integrity. All right, guys. So I'm using a little bit thicker stuff than this for my mounts, but I want to see if this will bend this. So typically you bolt these down to your table, I do believe, but I don't plan on leaving this thing in the middle of my fucking shop. So first bend, guys. We'll see if it'll even do her. Let's see if she'll even bend her. Watch your eyes, boys. Titty chickens. Well, I mean, by God. That's pretty easy. I'd say that's worth the 35 bucks alone right there. Because now what I plan to do is back this with angle iron, weld underneath, up the rails. So that worked out, and it's nice because I didn't even have to permanently fix it to my table. Hell yeah. I got the wheels back on. We're gonna get this jack shaft mounted here pretty soon. Had less than an hour on them. And look at that. They're really shitty. We're gonna try and update this to a 3/4 inch shaft with some 1 3/8 diameter tubing. But in the meantime, it's gonna have the same footprint as this and the same mounts. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all this lined up and see if we can make all that stuff happen. Before I put the motor in, I gotta get this jack shaft mounted and cleared on everything. I know I got a mess here, so I'm just trying to clean out this, this thing was kind of shitty from factory. Jack shaft, but the plate is going to be the same. So what I'm going to do for now, because I want to get, you know, I want to get these mounts done, and I can do it with this plate. It just won't necessarily be finished when I'm done. But look at that rust. This was brand new. I mean, like a couple hours on it, barely. And you could see these old bearings, they just started coming apart. They scored this up pretty damn good. Brand new. I mean, it literally The you know, it had been ridden before, don't get me wrong. They kind of a test model scenario, I guess, but you never think that it would be just totally shat and coming apart and stuff, but it was. So I'm just gonna grease this for now. Oh, I definitely would recommend wearing gloves. Now this is bigger than the bearing, so it's kind of not as hazardous. That clamp worked wonders. As if it wasn't. Now I'm bolting this in instead of welding it. That way, if anybody talks shit about this two-stroke, you know what I'm saying? You can, boom, it'll be easy. So y'all watch out for that. I'll sneak your ass with it. Just for thinking this two-stroke's fucking playing games with people. It ain't playing no game. Ain't never been about playing no shit. I'm gonna gunk this up. I'm also gonna shoot bearing grease in it, so I'm not super concerned about packing that all full right away. Rest it up, contaminate it with all your other fingers so that it's for sure contaminated. I do this for fun. Ain't nobody paying me to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to stick to anybody's guidelines necessarily on what's right or what's wrong. I just know what's badass and what's not. That's gonna be badass. You can guarantee that. I could have quit yesterday and the idea was badass enough alone to where that it would have went, it's going down in history regardless. But so now this is my plan. I got this adjustable sprocket here. What I plan to do is put it on here with the new keyway. A sprocket like this CRF, or like this CR, excuse me, CRF, my ass. And see, the media is propagated 4 strokes. And now they got me saying CRF because I fucking sell so many of those pieces of shit. I cannot believe fake news, man. 4 strokes are, that's where America's backbone's going away. So, anyways, I'm gonna take one of these mothers, weld it to this mother, and then attach it to this shaft. But like I said, this shaft is getting updated. But for now, I needed it because I got to figure out where exactly in here it's going to go with the chain. The front wheel on to check all the clearances as far as the pipe. Back wheel so I could do the sprocket. Obviously it's not tight and the keyway ain't in, and I'll fucking tear that keyway a new asshole is what'll happen. Pretty simple shit here. Get it lined up and get it bent worthwhile. I bent a test piece over here, but it was a lot thinner shit. Oh, she gonna do her. Okay. Made these, I measured them a little extra long because I think at the highest I'm gonna go is 6 inches. So I measured them a little extra long. That way, if I end up going down with it, it's fine. And that'll be totally possible. Might have went too far that time. And if I didn't, and I can even them up. I'm gonna shim it, but the heights are about the same. So it's not bad. And I don't know how, it's gonna be pretty strong. I mean, I can live with that, but we're gonna shim it with some rubber grommets because I don't want this sumbitch shaking me to death. So now rubber grommets, which is just gonna be an anti-vibe setup. And this is gonna sit beneath it. That's gonna have the holes in it. This is gonna lift up. So now what I gotta determine is how high on this daggum frame do I wanna mount this thing? Obviously I wanna mount it as low as possible, but there's other stuff at play. I gotta get this pipe to clear the head, and I gotta get some other stuff to happen. So I'm gonna get that in there tomorrow at the ideal height. This is gonna be lifted up, obviously. But what we've got here, get this out of your way. I've got this adjustable sprocket with the keyway, and we're gonna get this motor set dead center in the frame exact, and then we're gonna adjust. I'm welding another front CR 250 sprocket to this sprocket, and then mounting this sprocket to the jack shaft. I've get this all the way forward and the wheel's actually true. Spins just fine, the chain's straight. Nice and low, where it would be real pretty, is because I don't want to cut down the throat on that pipe. I don't want to narrow it to go through those, and I don't want to cut out those that frame. So I'm thinking if I just go up and back with it some. Shit. I might have just had a real good idea. What I could do, because we have to make a new bracket for this, is I could make the carrier bracket just like that one, but make it to where that it mounts on this 1 3/8. And then it would be able to move even further back. But then I would have to weld it. But at this point, I'm okay welding it, because now I know about where I need it to be. Before, it was a real crapshoot. But as you can see here, we get the CR sprocket on the inside. She's gonna be able to line up, you know, say it's right there. These suckers are almost gonna touch and crank. This will be mounted solid. And then the other mount we gotta make, there's 2 more, but one right for under the flywheel there. What I plan to do on this is take some angle iron, you know, cut it to the right size, and it's gonna go here. And then it's gonna be welded. Got a nice little bevel, I can fill that in on the bottom, and then I'll have even more, it's gonna make it more stable. So it's gonna have tabs like that. Guys, I gotta go get something to eat. This mini bike's taking a lot of work, I'll be honest with you. It's not, some bitch. Not as easy as what I would have liked, but I enjoy it. So, I mean, I'm enjoying myself doing it, and that's all that really matters. As I got some other projects in mind. This one's coming up real soon. That one's coming up real soon. Guys, I really appreciate, we just got 350 subscribers today, actually. And it's really got me pumped up, man. I think I got like 20 subscribers today. And that's not usual for one day. Usually it's, you know, fucking 2 if I hustle real hard. But I appreciate you 350 already, and I think that we're gonna keep on keeping on. Even this raccoon knows the deal. He knows. Why you think he's on here? If you want to trap a raccoon in Texas, you fucking bait him with the Coors. He's coming up here trying to get into my empties. That's bullshit. I don't know if some of y'all seen it, but I posted some pictures online of one that I've done, and I want to do a better version of it. You look at your stuff day to day, or, you know, week to week, and you're like, man, no, I'm looking at a build I did last year, and I'm like, I would have done that different. I would have done that all different, and might have saved me money, probably saved me a bunch of time overlooking things that you didn't consider. And then other times it went perfect and you're totally stoked with it. But I was looking back at some stuff that that was fun and you could ride and everything else, but at the same time it's like, I could have done that a little bit differently. So anyways, you guys tell me what you think about the mini bike build going on. If you got some suggestions on how to do this jack shaft, help me out. And I appreciate all you guys. Be sure to share to a couple peeps. Let them know that you're here. Well, dudes, got 350 subscribers today, so appreciate it, guys. Mini bike's turning out to be a lot of work, so I'm gonna get back to the normal, you know, other stuff, flipping, and just, I'm doing that. I just don't have time to video it and all that shit. Plus you gotta get other people in on it. They gotta be cool with it. Not everybody wants me showing up with a camera to buy some bikes, you know, and kick them in the nuts on the price at the same time. They don't like that shit. We're gonna keep uploading. You guys like and share. 2 weeks from this Sunday, we're gonna start going live Sunday evenings for the spring and summertime, and just in the shop, farting around. Hopefully me and Blake, might just be me, you know. He's always, man, that sun goes down, there's a lot of mullet stuff to do once the sun goes down. So I understand he can't be here the whole time. You guys will have to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's doing cool shit with his mullet somewhere. And we're just going to keep on cranking out videos, and we'll be live on Sunday night. So you guys be sure and get in there, and you can call Blake on his bullshit or me. But Be sure and like and subscribe. Share to your friends, guys. Give us a share. Thank you.